Today, me and Brownie, the dog Brownie, will be baking some chocolate chip cookies. We hope you enjoy. And if you follow along and like these cookies, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Okay, first we'll be adding the butter. I'm using 1/2 cup of butter. You can use unsalted butter, and if you're using salted butter, just make sure you don't add any salt. Next, Brownie's going to help pass the sugar. Thank you, Brownie. We're using 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar, and we're going to cream this into the butter. Starting with the brown. Brownie loves these cookies, so he's going to help us bake them today. And some white sugar. Cream this sugar in. And cream it really well so it has a nice consistency. Oh no, Brownie, mixing is not for you, but you can help with other things, so don't be sad. So now we've creamed the butter and the sugar to get it to a consistency like that. And now we're going to add in the vanilla and 1 egg. Brownie, will you get the vanilla for me? Thank you. Okay, so Brownie just brought us the vanilla. And we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You want to smell it, Brownie? Yeah, it smells good. Okay. I'm going to add more vanilla. So we're going to whisk in the vanilla. We're going to add in 1 egg, 1 large egg. And I like to crack it in a separate bowl just to make sure that it's not spoiled. Okay. Brownie, you can't crack the egg, okay? Now I'm going to add them in. Now that we've added the eggs, your mixture should look something like this. It should have a smooth consistency. Brownie, will you pass me the flour, please? Thank you so much for getting that flour, Brownie. That looked heavy. We're going to add in 1 1/4 cup of flour, but we're not going to mix it in yet. After we add the baking soda and the salt. You can also sieve the flour in. So I'm just going to pour 1 cup of the flour in. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. But if you use salted butter, then make sure not to add any salt because we don't want it to be too salty. Right, Brownie? Make sure that the baking soda and the flour is really well mixed together. If you want, you can even add all the dry ingredients in a separate bowl. I just am using 1 big mixing bowl, but you don't want to mix it in without incorporating all of the ingredients. So, just added in 1 cup of the flour. You want to gradually add it so it doesn't get too dense when you're mixing. So I've added the 1 cup of flour. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another 1/4 cup. And now comes the best part, adding the chocolate chips. Brownie, do you mind fetching that for me? Thank you, Brownie. Okay. Now the chocolate chips, it really depends on how much you like in your cookies, but I usually like to add 1/2 to a whole cup of chocolate chips. Some people like even more. I'm using semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. For this recipe, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup. You can add nuts, pecans, all kinds of things if you want, but I'm going to keep it basic and just do chocolate chips. So your dough should look like this now. It's going to be full of chocolate chips. Okay, enough snacking on chocolate chips. I'm going to put these in the fridge now, but just remember, don't actually feed your dogs chocolate chips because chocolate is really bad for dogs, except he's not real. Brownies just help put these in the fridge. Okay, now the dough has been chilling for a little more than an hour and it's all stiff, so we can ball it up. And Brownie will help too, but I'll do the first one. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of dough for each bowl. You can even use an ice cream scoop, that would be much easier. But I'm just going to do this. So the balls should be even in size. I'm making mine about this size, equivalent to 2 of these spoons, 2 tablespoons. And now I'm going to let Brownie roll some of these dough balls. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and these will bake in there for about 12 to 15 minutes. And also, I find that the secret to having perfectly spread cookies is taking them out of the fridge and making sure you do put them in the fridge, and then you need the butter to be at a room temperature so the dough will kind of start to warm up and then melt, and then once it's soft again and it's not hard and you put it in the oven, it'll spread really easily. I'm going to preheat this oven to 350. And then we'll bake these for 12 to 15 minutes. And if you're a kid, make sure you get adult supervision, which I will too. Once the cookies were at room temperature, they're already starting to melt really nicely. These are done and they look like this. They're really soft, but once they cool, they should harden. And Brownie's ready to enjoy them after they cool. The voice of Brownie. This is my sister.
I think Brownie's really excited to eat these.
Yeah.